Now at 5, the latest on a dispute between the city of Coffeyville and a firefighters union over hazard pay. Plus, McDonald County students help pack 26,000 meals to help combat hunger. And
there are new allegations about the life and behavior of the Massachusetts airman accused of leaking highly classified documents online. I'm Nicole D'Antonio with details as he appears in federal court today.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Coffeyville, Kansas firefighters say they are getting fed up over a dispute with the city. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Jalen Banks. Our own Amber Jenkins joins us now in studio with more.
The city of Coffeyville and the fire department have been trying to settle the pay rate for the hazmat team. Last month, Fire Chief Kenny Ward was allegedly fired by the city manager over disagreements about the double time pay for the hazmat team. After weeks of no comment, during the last city council meeting, city manager Mark Hall addressed the hazmat pay after the fire department walked out of the meeting. Hall said the city will pay the hazmat team on a straight time pay and will pass on the straight time pay reimbursement from the state fire marshal. According to Coffeyville, the hazmat pay contract with the state fire marshal only allows straight time pay for members on the hazmat team. The president of the Coffeyville Fire Union says the department will no longer attend commissioner meetings. Now they are focusing on starting fresh with the next group of county commissioners in 2024.
Now we can't sit back and be quiet. Our honor and integrity, and it's everything that a firefighter character is off of, he attacked.
This is stemming from incorrect paperwork submitted by an unauthorized firefighter that set the hazmat pay at double time. The city manager claims the paperwork was tampered with. However, the fire department and the state fire marshal said it was an unintentional mistake.
It's National Library Week. This week was not only to celebrate books, but the people who work in libraries. Libraries are full of stories in a variety of ways, ranging from books, audiobooks, ebooks, and more. The theme for National Library Week is "There's so much more to the story." Pitt State's Dean of Library Services says this week is to celebrate more than just books.
National Library Week is an opportunity for libraries to make connections with people. We celebrate libraries. We celebrate people that work in libraries. And of course, we always want to try to encourage more use of libraries by our local communities.
The library is open 7 days a week, and anyone from the public can access it. McDonald County students today helped combat hunger. Volunteers with Meals of Hope and the McDonald County Future Farmers of America students packed 26,000 meals for people in need. The students worked in assembly lines for 1-hour shifts before switching out. They were in charge of packing the meals, weighing them, measuring ingredients, and preparing them for delivery.
I love serving other people. I love putting my time into helping other people if in any way I can, whether that's, community service trash pickup or working a dinner. But doing this, I feel like, it's the biggest way I personally have ever contributed to helping other people.
The meals will be distributed to students in the school and members of the community who are facing food insecurity, as well as food pantries in the area. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us.
Thank you very much, Jalen. It's been cloudy across most of the area today. We have a few showers on radar, especially down in the Oklahoma side. Let's zoom in on some of those heavier showers. Now just south of Veneta on over towards Langley and over towards into Delaware County near Lake Uchi west of Jay. But that is about it. Most of the rainfall from this system has been down to the south across Oklahoma where they need the rain too. But we really were hoping for more rain across our area. Some places in our area did get close to an inch of rain, but that was very few and far between. Temperatures tonight are going to be dropping through the 50s this evening with those scattered showers early. And then as we head towards the morning, 45 degrees for the low. Looking down the lane, we do have some changes in our forecast. The showers are going to continue for a little bit longer. Cool mornings, a dry period, and then some storms next Thursday. And I'll have all the details in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. A federal judge said he will take this time to decide whether suspected Pentagon leaker Jack Teixeira will remain in custody or be released pending on his trial of espionage charges. The magistrate Judge David Hennessy expressed some doubts about Teixeira's lawyers who argued their client would not flee the country or leak more classified material if he's released. Reporter Nicole D'Antonio has more details from Washington.
The Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified material will stay in jail for now. During a 90-minute hearing, Judge David Hennessy questioned lawyers for 21-year-old Jack Texera, who have asked for their client to be released. Texera is charged with espionage after allegedly posting classified material in a chat room, which was then spread online. Texera's lawyers said, quote, he had no idea that it would go beyond this little circle of people on the server. Judge Hennessy interrupted, saying, that's like arguing I pulled the trigger, but I had no intent to kill him. I find it a little incredible that the defendant could not foresee that possibility. Prosecutors argue that if released, Texera could either try to flee the country or obstruct the investigation. In court filings, they allege Texera already destroyed evidence, including a laptop and a game console. Questions continue to be raised about why the 21-year-old had access to classified material, with court documents showing a number of red flags. Prosecutors say 5 years ago, Texera was suspended from high school for talking about weapons, mentioning Molotov cocktails and guns, and making racial threats. That was flagged to local police when Texera applied for a firearm license. Prosecutors also allege he searched mass killings online and posted comments saying he wanted ISIS to, quote, kill a ton of people. Investigators say they found a gun locker, weapons, and tactical gear in his bedroom at the Massachusetts home where FBI agents arrested him. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
Texera's father, a former correctional officer, asked the judge to release his son into custody and promised to notify the court if Texera violated any of the judge's conditions. Former Cincinnati mayor and longtime TV host Jerry Springer has died at the age of 79. Springer's tabloid talk show was famous for outrageous arguments and physical fights between guests that included throwing chairs. Springer was known as the grandfather of trash TV. The Jerry Springer Show came to an end in 2018 after 4,000 plus episodes in more than 25 years on the air. Still ahead, bad news for the economy.
A new report shows the economy is weakening. I'm Michael George, and I'll tell you why this could lead to a recession.
And next in Health Watch, a firefighter who helped during 9/11 is finally getting answers to a mystery medical problem. Topping today's Health Watch, the Food and Drug Administration has granted accelerated approval for Biogen's ASL drug, tofersen. Tofersen is the first medication that targets a genetic cause of ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. It will be sold under the name Qalsody and is administered through a spinal injection. The FDA said a clinical study showed the drug is likely to offer some benefits to patients. However, the agency is requiring that Biogen continue to test the drug in people to make sure it works. Adding immunotherapy to chemotherapy treatment strongly improves survival rates for babies with leukemia. Those are the findings of a new clinical trial results published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Researchers say the added treatment also leads to fewer side effects. A firefighter who suffered from a mysterious medical problem for years after 9/11 is finally getting answers. As reporter Bradley Blackburn explains, his condition has an unusual name and a surprising treatment.
On September 11, 2001, firefighter Sidney Martin rushed to Ground Zero as part of the fire department's hazmat unit.
You had 300, 600 guys running in and thousands of people running down the stairs.
He was trapped in the pile that day and badly injured. Eventually, he needed major surgery on his back with an incision over a foot long.
This is an intense surgery.
Yes.
The wound healed, but there was something strange. The muscles around the scar constantly twitched, causing pain. Doctors had no explanation.
I felt like I was working on my back 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it restricted my breathing because I was in spasms.
Strong painkillers didn't help. It took a toll on his daily life. But 2 years ago, he came to NYU Langone Center for Movement Disorders.
Sydney's the first one that we've seen here.
Where Dr. Pat Drummond diagnosed what's called scar dancing syndrome, a condition only known to medicine for a few years.
We believe it's due to an irritation of the nerves around where the surgical scar was.
It's rare, but the treatment is surprisingly familiar.
1, 2, 3.
He receives large Botox injections deep in his back muscles to paralyze them.
It just stops it.
For Martin, the relief is also emotional.
I'm good. When my dance partner says I'm sitting this one out, I'm good.
A 9/11 firefighter who finally solved a mysterious problem, and he's not turning back. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Doctors say his case is severe, but scar dancing syndrome could be more widespread and undiagnosed. Martin hopes to share his stories with others so that they can get help as well. Exercise seems to help people with drug problems. That's according to Canadian researchers who looked at dozens of studies involving more than 3,000 people. They found 75% of data they reviewed showed a decrease in substance use following physical activity intervention. Scientists say increased awareness of one's body, health, and fitness may be the reason for the decrease. And that's a look at today's health news. A little later, why a federal appeals court tossed out an antitrust lawsuit against Meta.
We've had quite a few showers across the area over the last couple of days. I'll be back to tell you if there was any more in our forecast. Well, friends, we've had mostly cloudy skies today with scattered showers here and there, and we're still seeing those showers on radar in a moment. First, let's start out this morning and take a look at see what happened at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. As we go through the day, you can see those scattered showers mainly this morning. And then as we headed through the afternoon hours, we started to see some peaks of sun, but now we're starting to see the clouds roll back into our area. I wish we had better news on the allergies. It was better today, but tomorrow we're going to go back up into the moderate category of 8.1. Most of that is oak and ash and birch trees. And this afternoon we made it up only to 57 degrees after starting out at 51, so a short thermometer today. 72 is the normals and 50 the low. The records are 88 and 34 degrees. But look at the rainfall, only 0.02, and for the month, only a little under 3/4 of an inch, and we're about 3.5 inches below normal for the month, and we're about 3.25 inches below for the year. And the drought index got updated today, and unfortunately, the drought is expanding even further to the east again, now starting to move into western parts of Missouri. You can see the extreme drought now into Crawford County, all the way back towards Elk and Chautauqua counties, where it's been that way for quite some time. And in fact, taking a look at April 2023, normally we have 5 inches of rain for the month. We've only had a little less than 3/4. That means we are going down probably as the third driest April ever in Joplin history, and that's not what we want to see as we head towards the summer months especially. Right now you can see some showers down to the south in Delaware and in Mayes County. Rain chances are going to be increasing though as we head through tomorrow night into the overnight hours, so at least we have some good news. Rainfall amounts though unfortunately are going to be on the light side with that system as it comes by. The heaviest rain will probably be once again down toward our south. Temperatures right now are generally in the 50s and 60s across the area. 59 in Stockton, 58 in Lamar, 54 degrees, one of the cooler readings over there in Monette. Meanwhile, it's 61 degrees in Nowata. Now tonight, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies remaining in the area with lows in the upper 40s to around 50. Now notice as we go through the day tomorrow, more scattered showers mainly off towards the west where they certainly need the rain, with highs in the mid-50s, 60s elsewhere. Then that rain starts to move a little bit closer to us, but starts to dissipate as it does so. And as we go into Saturday morning, we're going to see lows in the 40s with northerly winds. Then Saturday afternoon, partly cloudy skies, a pretty nice day with highs in the mid-60s, upper 60s out towards the west. Then as we go into Sunday morning, lows will be in the lower 40s, kind of chilly, especially up towards the north with lows in the lower 40s up there. And if we take a look at the 8 to 14 day forecast, we're expecting mild weather across most of the northern plains, the cold air on the east coast, and unfortunately the dry conditions will continue for our area for a little bit longer. And taking a look at the next 7 to 10 days, here's the forecast. Showers late tomorrow night into the overnight hours, but then by Saturday afternoon should be gone. And then a dry period all the way until next Thursday when we have our next chance of storms, and then a nice weekend next weekend. We definitely need some more rain, Jaylen, or we need to do something about it. I'm not sure what, but we definitely need it.
But I mean, we can just be happy with today. I mean, I
Yes.
walked outside and had to break out the umbrella. So
Absolutely. Hopefully we can do that more often.
little by little, inch by inch.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Coming up, how recent interest rate hikes are slowing down the economy and how that could lead to a recession. Topping today's Consumer Watch, a lawsuit looking to break up Facebook's parent company Meta won't be moving forward. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit tossed out an antitrust suit filed by New York and dozens of other states. The group was looking to unwind Meta's past acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. But the three-judge panel ruled the states were years too late in filing their challenge. The states also failed to persuade the judges that Meta's data policies harm the competition. The U.S. economy is slowing down significantly. High interest rates are making it harder to borrow money, and consumer confidence is starting to shrink. Reporter Michael George takes a look inside the numbers.
The Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes are impacting several parts of the economy and leading to a major slowdown. A new report shows gross domestic product rose at an annual rate of just 1.1% in the first quarter, a big drop from the previous 2 quarters.
We saw a slowdown in growth primarily because businesses pulled back on spending and residential investment, meaning real estate. There was a slowdown there.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says that shows the Fed's interest rate hikes are working as intended, pumping the brakes on the economy and easing inflation. Spending is a big economic driver, and the report shows Americans spent at a strong pace early in the year. But then retail sales started falling, and now one measure of consumer confidence is at a 9-month low. Have you had to cut back on your spending?
Yeah, I've tried to. Anywhere I can, reduce unnecessary spending, definitely eating out less.
I'm saving more. I'm putting it away and trying to be very conscious of that because I don't know what's ahead.
A bigger slowdown could lie ahead. The Conference Board, a business research group, puts the probability of a recession in the next year at 99%.
Even if we don't enter into a technical recession, growth is slowing down, activity is petering out, and there are going to be job losses in a variety of different sectors.
If there is a recession, many economists forecast it will be mild compared to past recessions. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Samsung electronic profits plunged 95% today. The world's biggest memory chip maker said operating profits fell to about $479 million for the January to March quarter. That's the company's lowest profit for any quarter in 14 years. Samsung says the dive is driven by weak demand for tech devices. It comes after a global downturn, with shoppers cutting back on purchases due to rising inflation. As a result, smartphone, personal computer, and server companies have run down inventories, causing chip prices to plunge by about 70% over the previous 9 months. A new report shows that customer complaints about travel surged last year. The U.S. Public Interest Research Group says the Department of Transportation, travel agents, and travel booking sites were slammed with nearly 80,000 complaints, especially regarding canceled or delayed flights. Frontier Airlines received the most complaints in 2022, with 20 of every 100,000 flyers. It was followed by Spirit Airlines, which had 10 complaints per every 100,000 customers. The final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, drug maker Eli Lilly applies for FDA approval for a drug that could be a breakthrough in weight loss treatment. Then on KOAM News at 6, we'll hear more on the dispute over hazmat pay between the city of Coffeyville and their fire department. Plus, the Kansas legislator overrides the governor's veto of a trans bathroom bill. And what a new study shows about the homeless population in Harrison, Arkansas. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then your KOAM News at 6. All right, Sam, what do you have for us in weather?
I wish I had more rainfall for us. We do have a few scattered showers out there. We do have another chance of rain tomorrow night into the overnight hours. Hopefully we'll get a soaking from that, but don't hold your breath. And then as we head towards weekend, looking pretty nice. And then a long stretch of nice weather all the way up until next Thursday, when the next round of storms could come in. Some of those could be strong or severe, and then that will be followed by yet another nice weekend. So at least we have that going for us.
Absolutely, and I know that the drought tracker is definitely looking forward to Thursday and Friday.
Absolutely.
Of next week. All right,
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and of course we'll be right back here for your KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.